Who's there? Oh. This is not a knock-knock joke. You've got some engine knock. Welcome back to Bernie Rubbers Garage, and if you didn't quite get the hint from that intro, we've got major engine problems. But before we get to that, I just want to say thanks for watching. Now, this episode will complete the first season of Bernie Rubbers Garage. We've been going for about 7 months now, and we do have a good selection of videos for you guys to watch. So in summary though, oh, hang on a minute, Bernie? Well, that's not Bernie. Sometimes I think Bernie's house is a little bit of a zoo. Anyway, moving on. So I want to just talk about what happened. Now, I had replaced the diff, the clutch, torque tube, all those sort of items, and I had to do a 500-mile braking period. Now, right near the end of that braking period, I go and I start the car and I hear a new noise. And for those of us who really do enjoy driving our cars, you know when there's a noise that doesn't quite fit. So I had a suspicion that something was wrong. So I drove the car home from work and parked it. And the next day I tried to do some digging, trying to figure out where this new knocking sound had come from. You know, maybe it was a pressure plate bolt coming loose, flywheel bolt, something like that. So I went ahead and pulled the exhaust, opened up the inspection cover, put the exhaust back on, ran the car and had a look at all that sort of stuff, and the noise wasn't coming from that area. I pulled the valve covers, had a quick look, felt the rockers, and everything seemed tight. The oil looked good, oil pressure was still good. You know, listening around the engine, it sounds like it's coming from more the back side of the engine and more the underside. So I was trying to think, you know, maybe it's the rod bearings, maybe it's spunner bearing, but you know, I was driving braking miles, which are nice and easy, so I don't know. And that's where I'm at right now. Is the car's sitting here, it's been like this for a couple of weeks, and finally got a plan together to try and get this thing fixed. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take it over to my buddy over at Pure Performance, Texas. I've been there before, taking you guys along. Really nice guy. If you want to check out some of their stuff, I can drop a link below. But they're the guys that made my seat bracket as well as a harness bar. So go take a look. But anyway, the car will end up going over to their place. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop the oil, cut open the oil filter, and have a look for any metal shavings. And from those metal shavings, we can kind of pinpoint, or at least try to pinpoint, what the main issue is. For example, if there's, you know, a gold color, copper color, then that could be the rod bearings were worn well beyond any usable bearing material left. You know, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's piston rings, and what I'm hearing is piston slap. Another cause is, hey, if there is no metal shavings in the oil, then it could be a lifter. Maybe a lifter got stuck. So that's the first step, is we're going to have to take it around there and try to dig in a little bit. Now, for the past 2 years, I have been sending off my oil for oil analysis, and everything coming back from those reports has been within acceptable limits, acceptable ranges. So I'm not quite sure yet exactly what we're going to find. So once we drop the oil, cut open the oil filter, then we can kind of formulate a plan. Now, at this point, I am planning a full engine rebuild. Well, I'm not going to go crazy with this rebuild, and here's why. When I first bought this car and started taking it to the track, my whole goal was to build the car to spec Corvette, which means leaving it a stock LS6 engine. So my plan right now is to be able to rebuild it back to stock. However, something may happen. Let's just say the cylinders are destroyed beyond repair, and they either need to bore it out or a new long block. Well, at that point, I'm going to make the decision whether to keep this car as a spec Corvette car, or at least heading in that direction, or hey, maybe it's time to go big cam, get a nice lopey idle, and lose all drivability on the street. But you know, that's another avenue. So I'm not planning to be out on track next until, man, maybe April. somewhere around there. And that will give us time to rebuild the engine, do the break-in miles, and get everything sorted. So what does 2022 hold for Bernie Rubbers Garage? Well, some of you guys will know that I recently sat my MSF hpde Instructors Level 2 certificate. I did get a provisional pass with that. It wasn't a full-blown pass, and hey, let me put it this way. If any of you guys are thinking about doing the MSF Level 2 Instructors course, get in touch with me first. I've got a good set of notes that I'd like to share with you guys. Just to give you a heads up, that course is very in-depth and it's a full weekend. Well, the provisional pass just means that I've got to do just a little bit more work to finally get that certificate complete. So with that Level 2 certificate, I'll be able to teach at the racetrack in the hpde format. So that's the plan, is to go out and teach and also drive the car more. And yeah, so that's what 2022 will hold for Bernie Rubbers Garage. Now, whether my work schedule is going to allow for as much track time as I want, well, that's yet to be discovered. However, first step is trying to get this thing up and running. Well, that's just a quick update on what's going on here. Since it is the holiday season, hey guys, happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, I hope you're celebrating it with friends and family, because at the end of the day, that's what's important. So thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you think you may know what's wrong with this engine, comment down below. And you know, when we finally figure out what's wrong, I'm gonna look back through those comments and see who's right. And who knows, maybe I'll send you something out. So go ahead and leave a comment if you like, but we definitely appreciate you guys watching. It's been a great season 1. Okay guys, we'll see you in 2022. Look after yourself. See ya.